This is Echo. He's a 2-year-old gelding, and he is about to have a bit in his mouth for the very first time. To get him ready, we're going to do the things we typically do with him. Ava's putting him on a cross tie. He's just learning to cross tie as well. So she keeps the lead line on him and only hooks up one of the cross ties. And she will groom him, and if he happens to move or not stay where he's supposed to stay, she'll just gently redirect him like that and go back to brushing. He really is being a very good boy, and once he's done with the brushing, she's going to take him back to his stall and she's going to put a bridle on him, and he'll have a bit in his mouth for the very first time. Echo, so far he has learned to lead in just a halter and a lead line. So once Ava gets the bit in his mouth, if he seems like he's doing okay with it, she will take him over to the indoor and do her typical leading and halting lesson with him and see how he responds to it with the bit in his mouth. Here, she's just put the bridle on. He has the bit in his mouth. He really doesn't seem to know what he thinks of it. You can see the plastic of the bit. It's actually polymer, and it's called a happy mouth bit. Bits that are made out of that type of material. They're supposed to be very gentle for sensitive mouths, and even are supposed to have an apple flavoring, which we don't know because we haven't tried them. She's just double checking everything to make sure that she has the fit properly. And I think we will do another video about putting on the bridle and making sure that the fit is correct and show the correct way to fit the bit and the bridle on the horse. So now they've made it over to the indoor ring, and there is something going on in there which has obviously caught his attention. There are other horses in there that are doing things. So that'll be a little bit of distraction for him while he's working on his leading skills. You see there's another horse that's doing some groundwork and a horse being ridden. So now he's had a chance to look everything over, and Ava will start with his leading. And he has been doing very well with his leading. She'll do different things. There he kind of tried to rush ahead of her. So she asked him to back up, move his feet back a little bit, and pay more attention. He still is a little bit distracted by the other horses in the ring, but for a young guy, for a 2-year-old, he's really doing well. So here we see him leading really nicely, and she'll halt, and he halted nicely. Whoops, now his attention is back on the other horses for a second. And then he refocuses and goes ahead with her. He is doing a lot of mouthing of the bit. He's not used to something just being in his mouth like that. So that'll take a little bit of getting used to, and working him on the things that he already has been working on, like the leading, the halting, the moving his feet when she asks. Doing all that gives him something to think about other than just the fact that he has the bit in his mouth and it's a new unfamiliar feeling. He can keep working on it, but doing the things that he normally does gives him sort of a comfortable place to start. Of course, the distractions come into play again, and he loses his focus for a little bit. There's another horse in the ring doing some groundwork. He actually, even though you can tell he's paying attention to the other horse with his ears, he did refocus for the most part and do what he was asked to do. So what I think that Ava's going to do here is to walk him a little more, halt a few times, try to end things on a good and focused note. So we'll see how she does. I'd say things are looking pretty good. and it's been a successful time of learning how to have the bit in his mouth. And it actually is kind of nice that there were other distractions in the ring and he was doing his work. The takeaway here is to work quietly and calmly with your horse. This has been a great experience for Echo. Everything has been quiet and peaceful. He's had some distractions, then he was quietly redirected to focus on what he was doing, as you can see there. So it's like you can't teach a kindergartner 12th grade math, and it's the same with horses. You need to take your time. You need to start with the basic building blocks and work your way up. And each time you want to reestablish that they understand what you're asking.